I am so delighted having you all in this talk show program, Vivid View with Elise. God be praised. Vivid View.
Say and do it.
Elise Corner. Conscience is the inner voice that warns of someone might be watching. Say something, somebody.
According to the statements, the conscience is your inner voice that convicts you whether you're doing something right or wrong. I remember an instance I was asked to do something that was wrong. My conscience told me this thing is wrong. I was asked to go and do something to hurt my dad, but my conscience told me, go and return that thing. It's not your own. Even when we're taught in Bible school that another way the Holy Spirit talks to you is your conscience. If you are doing something bad, the Holy Spirit will tell you that your conscience will convicting you, especially if you don't do other things, that they will be haunting you that what you did was wrong, what you did was right. So your conscience is your inner conviction that tells you when what you are doing is right or wrong. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. It's very clear and direct. We all have conscience. And that conscience will have enough to know good or to distinguish between good and evil or good and bad. And so when you're doing something wrong, your conscience will tell you. When you're also doing something good, your conscience will tell you. Sometimes you see people, when they want to do something evil, they will look right, they will look left, they will look even their back, and sometimes their front. But don't always remember to look up, that somebody is there really watching. So you need to conduct yourself properly. That's what you're just saying. At any given time, wherever you find yourself, good behavior is very good because your conscience is there to tell you somebody is watching. So you need to be aware of that all times as a young person coming up in life, and that will take you somewhere. It also lead you to integrity later on. Thank you. We'll go straight to the topic of today. It says, honestly, our diversity is a huge advantage to us as a people. Therefore, we must do all we can to uphold it. Militating against communal and ethnic conflicts is the topic for discussion today. We shall go out for a short break, and when we come back, the guests will be introduced. Please don't go away. Vivid View.
Say and do it.
Welcome back. In case you're just joining us, the topic has been introduced as militating against communal and ethnic conflicts. And with me in the studio is a journalist. Let's make welcome Olusegun Ariyo.
Vivid View.
Say and do it.
Before discussion proper, please follow us on our social media handles are displayed on the screen. Welcome again, Ms. Olusegun.
Thank you.
Can we have your introduction, definition, and perspective of this subject matter, militating against communal and ethnic conflicts?
Yes, there are many factors militating against communal and ethnic conflicts. One of it is land, religion, and politics. Those are three factors that come on board when it comes to what militates against ethnic and communal conflict. Again, we have the geographical setting too. When we talk about geographical setting, we are talking about a settlement that has admixture of both Christians and Muslims. Some are in majority, some are in minority. For example, we talk about Kogi State. Kogi State has what I'm talking about in Vivid View.
Yeah.
Yes. So when we look about Kogi State in settlement, in geography, you will see that there are different kind of ethnic settlers there. One are majority, one are in minority. Then we would have Muslims and Christians there, one in majority, one in minority. In Kaduna as well too, we have them like that. Many states, in whole, what I think is of importance is to see how everybody will come together in understanding, in peace, and in prosperity. Thank you.
Okay. Well, maybe to also buttress your point, I want to add a second question. It's linked to the first one. It says, what fuels communal and ethnic conflicts in Nigeria particularly?
I talked about politics. Majorly politicians use all those factors to fuel violence in order to get to their own destination, that is their personal interest. Then I talked about land. For example, if you look at Aguleri and Umuleri, for those who are from the east would know that majorly what fuel communal conflict is land.
Struggle for land.
Yes, Aguleri and Umuleri. If you look at them historically, you would agree with me that what is bringing challenges till today in communal issues has something to do with land. So what is, or how do we bring about resolution is tolerance. We must tolerate each other. We must investigate whoever owns a particular land. We must understand that particular person must come, to this world and decide to choose any religious interest. But in the event that things of that nature is absent, that is where you see consequential effect of having two families fighting each other from different background or from far distance. They will come and fight each other because they are different in different religion. Then you would see politicians too, having those issues. So in whole, what I think is the best solution is to tolerate one another, is to accept people's faith of choice in terms of religion, is to dissociate from any politician whose interest it is to siphon every area of interest, in selfishness to get to where he wants to go to. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Land grabbers to grab land, or this are part of it.
Yes.
And then competition too.
Yes.
Sometimes because of natural resources that is, in a particular area, that some people will say, okay, this is our own. But they forget that none of us, I repeat, none of us has right to actually struggle for anything that we not create.
Yes.
We're only fortunate to come out from that section of the world.
Yes.
Do you understand? If we have this understanding, we'll not be killing ourselves for these small things.
Yes.
Hey, I'm an Igbo. I'm only fortunate to come with that way.
Yes.
I'm a Yoruba. You're only fortunate to come from Yoruba land.
Yes.
But what is important that we're supposed to be one.
Yes.
We are all humans. We tolerate ourselves, as you mentioned before.
Yes, let me add to what you have said. You see, Kofi Annan, the former Secretary General of the United Nations, says, and I quote, that we come as a human race when we came to this world. We came first as a human race before we grew up and decide to pick whichever religions that we deem it suits. So basically, we came as human being and in one human race. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So we must do away with oriented competition, do away with a perception of a common threat. Maybe they want to take our land, maybe this one. So we must do away with all this one so that we can live together as one. Now that I said that diversity is actually a huge advantage to us, and everybody needs to put our hands together to uphold it. We are all humans. There's nobody that has two heads. And if there is, that person is abnormal. That is the truth of the matter. We are the same. Whether you speak Yoruba or you come Igbo, that's me. What I'm doing here is for everybody. It's not for a particular set. It's not even for a particular religion. It's not even a particular tribe. But youth is youth everywhere. That's how it's supposed to be. We should see ourselves in that manner. Enough of all these divisions and, war here and there. What are the negative effects of tribalism?
Vivid view.
Say and do it.
Thank you.
Okay, so we'll take a break. Now when I come back, you answer that question.
Thank you.
Vivid view.
Say and do it.
This is VVView.